students, myself Rakhi Kumari, Assistant Professor in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at ABS Engineering College, affiliated to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow. I am going to teach you subject optical communication. Under this subject, today we are going to have a introduction to optical communication. Under this heading, I am going to discuss today general communication system, electromagnetic spectrum, optical windows, optical communication system, advantage, disadvantage and the application of optical communication. So, before going in depth towards the optical communication system, just have an idea about the communication system, and before communication system, of course, the communication. So, whenever we talk about the communication, what does it mean? It means basically transferring information from one source to another, one place to another, and which carries some information, message in the form of information is called the communication. And in general, there are two types of communication system: wired communication system, which consists of copper cable, waveguide and optical fiber. Basically, there are various other wired communication also exist, and wireless communication, where there is no requirement of copper cable, waveguide, optical fiber, etc. In the case of wireless communication, free space acts as a medium for the transferring information from one place to another. Now, a communication, whenever we talk about the communication, what are basically involved in the communication? A source, which is the information provider, a destination, which is basically the information recipient, and a channel, which is connecting source and the destination. This channel is also called as the transmitting medium. So, this structure is common for all type of communication system. Now the wired communications is also called as the bounded, because in this case, whatever information we are sending through the source remains inside the channel. It will never cross the channel. That is why this wired communication system is known as the bounded medium. And wireless communication is, of course, reverse of this, is called as the unbounded, because in this case there is no medium exist, no practical medium which we can see exist between the source and the destination. In this case, electromagnetic wave act as a medium for transferring information from the source to the destination. In all the wireless communication, what is the, now we have little bit discussion about the what is the difference between wired communication and the wireless communication. First difference exists, that is, it is bounded, and the wireless communication is the non-bounded. Second one, the medium is copper cable, waveguide and optical fiber. But in the case of wireless communication, free space act as a medium, or we can say as electromagnetic wave act as a medium for transferring information from source to the destination. Next thing, important thing is that in all wireless communication system, there exists antenna at the transmitting section, or we can say at the source end, and also at the destination end, which we also called as the receiver section. So, this antenna exists, and this antenna basically act as a transducer at the transmitting section. This antenna basically act as a transducer for converting electrical signal at the source end to in the form of electromagnetic wave. Electromagnetic wave we can say in the form of E or H, that means electric field or magnetic field. And in the receiver section, this receiving antenna act as a transducer for the conversion of EM wave into the electrical signal. So, here exists the EM wave, and at the both the end exists the electrical signal. So, this antenna act as a transducer in the case of wireless communication. But whenever we talk about the wired, or we can say optical, what is this? This is the source, this is the destination. And here exists a medium, which in the optical fiber communication case it is optical fiber basically. So, again when we talk about the wireless communication, there is a difference exists at the source as well as the destination. So, we can easily interpret that in the case of optical fiber communication also there should be change in this source section as well in the destination section when the medium is replaced with the optical fiber. So, in the coming slides we will go through what changes are to be introduced at the source section, at the destination section when we replace the medium with the optical fiber. Now, here comes the optical communication system. We have already seen in the last slide that there exists a transmitter, receiver section and the transmitting medium. These are the three important blocks which exist in each and every communication system, or everything which we go or adding on are basically the sub blocks. So, in this case of optical fiber communication, this is our transmitting section and this section is basically our receiving section. This is the transmitting section and this is the receiving section, and this part is our transmitting medium. So, in the optical fiber communication, this transmitting medium is optical fiber. Now, any changes which are required in the source and destination is only due to the presence of optical fiber, because in optical fiber signals are transmitted only in the form of light. Light signals are transmitted only in the case of optical fiber. Signal are transmitted in the form of light. So, now in this electrical signal, whatever signal which we receive at basically at the transmitting end, whatever signal we received is basically in the form of electrical signal. So, we have for reaching the transmitting medium, that is optical region, this electrical signal has to be converted into the optical one, because this optical fiber does not able to carry the electrical signal. So, we have to convert this light signal into the this electrical signal into the light signal. So, here exists one drive for the conversion of electrical to the light at the transmitting end, and this drive is basically LED or laser, or we can say LED stand for light emitting diode and laser is laser diode basically. So, its prime function is for the conversion of electrical signal into the optical one. So, when it emit from the transmitting section, it is now optical, that means it is in the form of a light. So, optical fiber will easily able to carry this optical signal. Now, it will optical signal here, and whatever processing which are required in within the optical within the transmitting medium exist here, and now again it reaches the, it has to reach the receiving section, and it is reaching here in the form of optical. So, but again the same thing arises in the receiver, and also signal has to be in the form of a electrical signal. So, again we have to be made conversion, we have to make conversion in this case reverse of what we have done in the transmitting end. So, what reverse we have to do? We have to change this optical signal into the electrical one, and what the system which is used for changing optical signal into the optical signal into the electrical one is basically photodiode, etc., phototransistor, so this are basically called as the detector one end. These are basically the detector end, and photodiode is basically primarily used for conversion of optical signal into the electrical one. And what is the significance of amplifier here? Because during the transmission process, whatever signal we receive is always weakens down, it is strength weaks down. That is why to strengthen it, we use the amplifier for strengthening the signals. So, amplifiers are used, and now it is already converted into the electrical one. So, we have used the amplifier to amplify the signal, and now it is received at the receiver. So, in this diagram you can easily see that in the PPT whatever it is indicated in the red is basically our electrical signal, and what is depicted in the blue lines are our optical signal. And coupler, connectors, these are basically some of the components which are introduced in the case of optical fiber communication. Connector are basically used for connecting two devices. For connecting two devices, coupler have multiple functions. Coupler have basically used for coupling signals, and it has more than one output. That is why it is given here one or two output. So, these are basically the components which will be studied in the further lectures. Now, comes the electromagnetic spectrum. We all knows that optical in any type of communication system, what is the basic dependency on the frequency. Frequency plays a very important role in the case of a communication. So, what the significance of, because every frequency are allotted for each and every type of communication also. Whenever we talk about the microwave communication, in that communication we have to work in the microwave frequencies. So, similarly in all type of communication we have to deal with the frequency. So, this is a basic diagram of a electromagnetic spectrum, where in this section frequencies are related, and here wavelength, and of course we know that frequency and wavelength has called an inverse relationship, so which is easily depicted here. And now comes the optical region. So whenever we talk about the optical windows, optical frequencies, so these are the frequency range as per the electromagnetic spectrum, where we can use the optical communication, and this is also the basically the visible light. And we all know in the case of optical fiber communication, visible light plays a medium for transferring information. So that frequency is selected for the optical fiber communication. Now, before going towards further on the topic of the optical source, just have a look of these three frequencies. When always the same thing arises at the windows. In the previous slides, I have mentioned you the windows. Windows is basically what does mean by the windows? A small section in the house from where we can see a small section. So in the complete range which is mentioned in the electromagnetic spectrum, there are basically exist three windows which are broadly used for the optical fiber communication, and these are 850 nanometer, 1310 nanometer and 1550 nanometer. And this windows plays a very important role as per the optical source, because whenever we change on the optical source, this windows changes. So these are the three important windows, three important frequencies at which the optical communication is possible. So what is the optical source? So optical source is basically, it provides an electrical optical conversion, and that this electrical optical conversion is very important in the case of optical fiber communication, because in the case of optical fiber communication, signal is not able to transmit within the optical fiber if we use electrical signal. It is only possible in the optical fiber when you use the optical signal. So this conversion is possible with the help of optical sources. There are basically primarily two types of optical sources. First one is the semiconductor lasers, and the second one is the light emitting diode or LED. Both of these works in the different optical windows which is mentioned here. About that we will have to study when we study about the optical sources in the detail, because these are the very important and broad topics, and just we have introduction part. So we have just gone through, have to name it whenever we talk about this in detail in the coming slides. Now the most important part of the optical fiber communication, because optical fiber communication name is itself derived from this optical fiber cable, and this is our transmitting medium. So what is this is our transmitting medium, and optical fiber data is transmitted, optical signals, or we can say optical data are transmitted through this medium. So whenever we talk about the structure of the optical fiber cable, we have to study this also in detail, but just have an introduction of this in today's lecture. The optical fiber cable, basically prime two parts are the core and the cladding, but if you see in this figure, there also exists one outer jacket. The significance of this outer jacket is that it acts as a protective layer. It acts as a protective layer for protecting the optical fiber. So we can easily say that it acts as a protective layer. So, first of all, the outer jacket. Outer jacket function is just as it acts as a protective layer. Now, the two important parts are core and the cladding. Core is the innermost part of the fiber cable and the cladding is the outermost part of the optical fiber. And all type of communication, all type of signals are restricted. So, just have a look. Take it as a core and take it as a cladding. In optical fiber communication, signals are restricted to flow only inside the cladding, and this is possible due to TIR, that is total internal reflection. So, that is why if it will go inside the outside of the core inside the cladding, then it will contribute to the noise in the communication. So, we have to restrict the everything within the core, and this is possible only due to the refractive index difference. This is possible only due to the refractive index difference of the core and the cladding. Now, optical detector. Optical detector is basically a part of the receiver section of the optical communication system, and its prime function are to detect the optical signal and to convert that optical signal into the electrical one. So, and because at the receiver section whatever we have to receive in the form of a electrical, but what we are getting at the, it is in the form of a optical. So, this optical detector act as a act for the optical electrical conversion. It basically types are photodiodes, phototransistors and the photoconductors. About that we will discuss in the optical detector section of the topic. Now, comes the advantages, because whenever we talk about any new communication system, of course, we have to discuss about some of the advantage, why we should prefer this communication system or this system over the another one. So, here comes the advantage of the optical fiber communication. The first and foremost advantage is the large bandwidth. This large bandwidth exists in the case of optical fiber communication only because its operating frequency, we can say, lies in this range. When this much frequency is the operating frequency of the optical fiber communication, so we can easily say that its bandwidth is very large, because bandwidth is directly proportional to the operating frequency. The second advantage is the small size and the weight. When we talk about the optical fiber thickness is that of the hair. Hair thickness is equivalent to the optical fiber thickness, and it is made up of glass. So, we can easily say that its weight is also very much less as compared to other medium, that is of copper cable or waveguide. Electrical isolation. Electrical isolation means it is totally isolated from the electrical. That is why electrical interference in the case of an optical fiber communication is very less, because this happens because in optical fiber communication the main communication process where the interference and noise etc. comes into existence is optical one, because interference, noise etc. comes in the transmitting medium, and our transmitting medium is the optical fiber where the signal is in the form of optical only. That is why electrical isolation is feasible here. Same thing related to interference, because the optical fiber plays a role, optical light rays are playing the role for transmitting signal. So, interference. Signal security is also very much large in the case of a optical communication system, because interference is very less. Whenever in the case the interference is large, signal security goes on deteriorating, but in this case interference and noise etc. are very low as compared to other transmitting medium. So of course signal security, or of course if loss is low, noise is low, because everything noise and losses comes into existence in the case of a medium, transmitting medium. So noise is low in compared to copper cable in the case of optical fiber. So low transmission loss also hai. Now comes the disadvantages. So optical fiber disadvantage are, optical fiber are difficult to splice. So what does mean by the splicing? Basically splicing is a technique where we can join two optical fiber. So splicing technique is very much difficult task in the case of a optical fiber cable. Whenever we do the splicing in the case of optical fiber, that is we are connecting two different optical fibers, in that case of course some signal get lost also, and this technique is very much difficult to handle. So this is the one of the disadvantage. Similarly, when we have to do splicing, special tools and trained persons are required for the splicing technique to occur. It is made up of glass, that is why we can say that it is very much fragile, because whenever we bend this optical fiber cable, it will easily get bent, and at that time it will break also. Some of the components जो कि आपका यूज़ होता है वो that is not reliable. Its installation task, of course इसकी maintenance भी हमारी, और installation task of optical fiber cable is very, इसकी अगर हम बाद में overall देखते हैं then that is low, overall is low, but installation, basic installation cost of this optical fiber communication is very much. Of course transmission distance, because if we increase the distance then we have to do multiple splicing, and the splicing has to be avoided in the case of optical fiber communication. That is why the distance should be kept short. Now there are various applications which are occurred in the case of optical fiber. Some of them are telecom, it can be broadly used in the case of telecommunication, local area network, that is a LAN network, that in cable TVs, CCTV, optical fiber sensors are broadly used in many of the application. Submarine cable network are very much dependent upon the applications on the optical fiber communication. Nowadays satellite communication is also has to something with the optical fiber. So we can say that it has got a wide area of application. So in the next class onwards we will definitely go through in detail about the various subtopics about which we have discussed in short today. So I am going to end up the lecture for now. Thank you.